All right. Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please like and subscribe. And welcome on this Wednesday evening. Um, Thank you for joining me. We're starting a little late today. There were some other events going on that were conflicting. So um, I apologize for the delay, but we're getting started now. And so, welcome everyone. Welcome back. It is a beautiful, beautiful day where I am. I hope you all are outside enjoying it as well. It's been sunny and warm, and spring has finally sprung. And tonight's topic is going to be about observing Holy Week. And I know this week is very important for a lot of people in different faiths. It's several sacred days this week for the Christian faith, for my Israelite friends, and some others that they are celebrating some very important auspicious holy days. And also is Ramadan right now as well. And we are also having a full moon this week. So it's a lot of sacred, very powerful energies. And it's really important that we act intentionally as conscious creators of our world and our lives and our reality, that we observe these and align ourselves with these cosmic energies that are present at this time and at all times. And so the springtime is very, very important. As you all know, you've been watching my channel for years, you know that spring is my favorite holiday for many reasons, but one is spring represents new beginnings, and how nature transforms during the spring season is so beautiful to me, and so significant, how everything seems to just come alive and become fresh and new, and all the beautiful colors that you see blooming in the spring and manifesting. And it's just delightful to see, and it's so healing as well to see how the earth transforms from what appears to be a sleep or dormant state, and just seems to awaken and come alive in spring. And I feel more energized in spring. And this week, like I said, there are several special holidays and holy days this week. And this is a great time to take this time and use it wisely, use it to create a better harmonious inner environment for yourself. And as you work on your own inner development and self mastery, you will also, it will radiate out, it will radiate out to others, and how you interact with other people will also be affected by the way that you work on harmonizing and healing and balancing your own self. And so this week, many people are doing a lot of sacred ceremonies. I know some people who are fasting right now for Ramadan. Also, there are people who are fasting for Lent, and I know that they will be stopping. The people who practice Lent, they'll be stopping their fast soon. But the great thing about it is that the several different groups of people are fasting together in unison. And because this is a holy week, and it's a lot of holy days, a lot of people are praying in unison. A lot of people are doing self-reflection, and a lot of spiritual growth and development, which is what it's all about. And that's what we should be focusing on year round, not just during the holy seasons, but especially now. And since there's so many people observing this special time, because it's multiple holidays or holy days taking place now, this is a great time for us to come together in unity, spread peace, spread joy, spread love, spread happiness and freedom amongst one another. And this is a great time for people to fellowship and to focus more on world peace and world unity. And, there's a lot that's going on around the world that is not so pleasant and negative. And, to counteract that and not to focus on that, it's better that we create the world that we want to see in our own little sphere. You have your own universe or your metaverse within yourself and within the people that you interact with within your cipher. So you can create the kind of atmosphere and the kind of world that you want. You can create peace, you can create joy and happiness and abundance. And if you're not seeing that in your world, you do have the power within you to actually create that. And so the best way to create that is to start with yourself. And remember, going within, as within, so without. And you start with focusing on your own growth and development, cultivating peace within your own heart, cultivating joy and happiness within your own soul, being at peace and seeking balance, and that will reflect in the relationships that you have with others. And it all starts with you and within. And with that, use this week to go within and to seek that holiness or that sacredness that is within your own sacred heart and your own sacred mind, and cultivating that balance with you and your higher self. So it's a holy week, because of not just because of those days, but all of those sacred, auspicious, holy days all revolve around working on self and seeking that peace and that sacredness within, which is one of the reasons why people fast. Fasting helps purify your heart and helps rid you of low desires and negative feelings. And it helps purify you from the desire to commit sin, which is the absence of God, or the divine. So use this time while you're fasting and praying to cultivate more godliness within yourself. And so as you do that, it will truly become a holy week, because you are making yourself whole and one with your with the accordance of divine will within yourself, and with the connection with the divine. And how we lose our connection with divinity by distancing ourselves from the Most High, by doing things that are not in accordance with divine will, that's not in accordance with our highest good or the highest good of others involved. And so as we purify ourselves and work on our own spiritual growth and development and purifying our hearts, we are reflecting the goodness and the godliness and the divinity that is within us. And as we do that, it will radiate outwards in how we interact with and treat and regard other people. And it'll just be truly the holy week that we're looking for. So this week, focus on whatever situation you're in. If you're having adverse situations at work or at home or wherever it is, think and ask yourself, what's going on? How can I make it better? And think about ways you can make it better. Start with you and focus on the positives. And oftentimes that's something I have to remind myself of too, because I've been facing a lot of challenges recently. And sometimes while facing those challenges, I will forget the good or the positive in the situation. And so always remember and focus and think about what's the goodness in the situation. Look at it through the eyes of your own divine self. Look at the goodness and the good in the situation, and focus on how you can make it better if it's not the situation that you want it to be. Because remember, you always have power within you. Do not forget the power that you have. Do not forget the inner strength that you have. A lot of times we forget that we have power and the ability to change situations, and we can be like that. I love the analogy of the story of David and Goliath in the Bible, where David, who was a child, conquered a huge giant that was like a great warrior and was feared by many. And although David was small, he was fearless, and he um, killed the giant with the stones that he had. And so to me, that story is reminding us that although our problems may seem bigger than us, and may seem overwhelming, it may seem giant, like Goliath represents our problems, with our faith and with our fearlessness and our trust in the divine, we can actually conquer those problems, and we can cast them out as he cast those rocks and slew the giant. And so when any problem situation that comes up this week and always, let it be a reminder to us that we do have that power within us to slay the giant, if you will, or slay the dragon, and we don't have to succumb to negative thinking or other people's negative behavior. And unfortunately, we can't control other people. The only person we can control is ourselves, our reaction to other people's behavior, or what we decide to engage ourselves in. And since this is a holy week, as they say, what you can do is use this time to distance yourself, and use that as your excuse to distance yourself from negative people and situations, the narcissists, they around every corner. The naysayers, the toxic family, relatives, so-called friends, co-workers. If anybody's trying to engage you in some type of power struggle or argument, gaslighting or whatever they're doing, you tell them, stop. It's the Holy Week. I'm not doing that. And regardless of what their faith is, they will have to honor that and respect that, because that's what you're saying. This is, it's my holy time, it's whatever the holiday you're engaging in, and say, no arguments. I'm not going there with you. Stop it. Pump the brakes. We're not doing that right now because this is the Holy Week. And then use that as your excuse next week and the week after that. And they're like, well, I thought it was a Holy Week 2 weeks ago. Yep, it's still Holy Week. I'm still observing it. Just keep on. Stay in that holy frame of mind all year long. Stay in that your holy sacred space. Stay in your mountaintop, closer to the divine, or away from the madness all the time. So let this time be the precedent for the kind of environment that you want to establish for yourself and that you intend to maintain. And remember, the holiness begins with you first, and then how you decide to express it with others. So keep that in mind, that you're observing it and going within. And observing means that you are in a state of holiness and wholeness, and there's no room for negativity. There's no room for the other stuff and the other people who are doing what we just talked about. None of that has any room this week and going forward. So you are setting boundaries. You're letting people know that this is a sacred time for you, and you're observing something, and you don't have time for their BS and other behaviors. And you have to make them respect your boundaries and make them honor your what you'll say you're observing. If you're saying you're abstaining from certain things, namely arguments and nonsense, then when you say it with conviction, and say it like you mean it, because this is a holy sacred time. And remember, you are the one that's the holy one, the holy one, because the temple, your body is a temple, and the Most High dwells within you. So you wouldn't allow thieves in the temple, so therefore you're not going to allow the madness of other people to infect you or infect your mind and your heart with the negativity, the hatred, the arguing, the whatever type of adverse situation that you are avoiding. Just remember, it's a holy time, and make this holy week like the template for the rest of your life or for the rest of your year. Just always focus on, that this is a sacred, holy time, and treat each day like it were a holiday. Treat every situation that you find yourself in like it's a holy sacred time. How you would handle things during the holy week, or during your Lenten season, or your Ramadan season, or your Passover season, your Easter season. How you would handle things during that time is how you should approach things all the time, all year, regardless of the circumstance. Be in a Ramadan frame of mind all year. Be in a Passover frame of mind all year. Be in your Holy Week or your resurrection frame of mind all year long. So let this week be the start of the rest of your year being positive, being uplifting, being kind, loving, forgiving, um, sharing, and generous with other people, and especially with yourself. So, with that said, I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful, wonderful um, Holy Week and holiday season. If you're still fasting, may you get the greatest benefit from the fast. May you draw closer and nearer to the Most High. May you find the peace and serenity and happiness within. May you purify your hearts and your souls and your mind. May you just enjoy this season, and peace and love to each and every one of you. Until next time, and also remember to watch my radio show and TV show on the Roku Network, on Plugged In Radio Network. The show is called The Healing Cipher. We're there on Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I look forward to seeing each and every one of you. Peace and love.